Thanks for tuning in to the Diaphragm Dynasty, and of course, I'm back with another R&B topic, and I want to talk about the Beyonce R&B album, possibly. Now, it's been 10 years since Beyonce released a true R&B album because we've seen her release the house music album, Renaissance, and we saw her release the country music album, Cowboy Carter. But we need her back in the culture as far as R&B goes because when she's back in her R&B bag, it sets trends. It creates that virality. It creates new conversations in in R&B and hip hop because she crosses over to both because of the Jay-Z comparison and just her start. Um, all the way back to her childhood, it's been rooted in hip hop and country music as well. But she's a lot of different things. She's not in just one box. But I think her getting back to the roots of where she started with R&B just helps bring back R&B and help brings back that foundational piece that she had. And we definitely need her back in that way because she wasn't appreciated in the country music world or in the culture, despite the culture taking in people from other cultures as well. Because in R&B, we might take in like a Robin Thicke or Justin Timberlake, who are maybe pop stars, but they came over to the R&B world and we accept them with open arms. But when you go to the country music scene, we're not accepted like that. An artist like Shabuzi is not looked at as the same, or even Hootie and the Blowfish are not looked at the same. But in the urban culture, we take in a Macklemore, or we take in a Jelly Roll or Post Malone or one of those guys, and we accept them with open arms. But then they say, "Well, the money's not right," or I don't have a I want to make more money or get more fame. And then they go to country music and they accept it with open arms. Because most people don't even realize Jelly Roll started off with a 3 6 Mafia and was a rapper at first, or that Post Malone started off with the song White Iverson and was a rapper first. Then he started to get into the pop world. Then he he transitioned to the country music scene. So all of that gets swept under the rug, but it's a hypocrisy in the music industry where the urban culture accepts in people from other cultures, but then when they go to their worlds, they're not accepted. So it's an unfair exchange. And Beyonce was one of the most recent victims of that, even though she was put up for awards and things like that. But I heard people saying that, oh, she can't sing and things like that. No, it's just people have a bias towards black artists going to country music, even though black artists started country music and we were in the foundation of country music. We just left it alone because it was too slow and sad. Kind of like baseball. When we started, used to dominate baseball. But once baseball became too slow and became uninteresting, we left it and left it to others. So it's no difference in the music. But uh, Beyonce, is a made name in the R&B genre, and she's one of the bigger legends, and she doesn't have to promote the album or anything. She put out the album today. It's going to do a million in the first week. Same thing with an artist like a Rihanna. Uh, but I think if Beyonce and Jay-Z release a project in the same year this year or next year or in the recent future, it's going to be mega promotions. It's going to be huge. The merchandise, the touring, uh, the licensing and all these things will be great because I know they'll put out great projects and have great teams around them, such as producers, features, writers, and things like that will be phenomenal. So I do hope that she put out this project this year, and it might already be in progress, but her albums are always a secret, and people are that work with them, they don't leak anything. I guess they're signing NDAs and stuff, so you won't even know until it's out, and then you'll hear people talk about working on the projects. But one of the biggest questions I had is, will she work with other people, um, other writers than the Dream? Because mostly she's been working with the Dream lately. I know in the country music album she was working with Raphael Sadiq a little bit. But will this project have like a Neo return? Because I know there was an alleged issue before with with Neo writing for Beyonce and not getting enough credit and things like that. But can she return a Neo? Because I think he still has a lot left in the tank as far as a songwriter. The same thing with Frank Ocean. There were alleged conflict with her and Frank Ocean before. Can she bring back a Frank Ocean He's a phenomenal writer. We definitely want to see him with another solo project because it's been way too long. I want to say it's been like 2016 since we've seen a project from him as well. Or will she work with some of the young gunners as far as collabs goes, like a Leon Thomas who's been killing the scene right now, Don Tolliver and what he's been able to do. A Don Tolliver and a Beyonce club record right now would go crazy for the youth and for the party goers right now. Or will she work with a new artist like a Lucky Day, who's one of those quietly swept under the rug type artists that are very vocal and have a lot of skill set. So there's so many ways that she can go with this possible album with younger artists or even older artists that she can incorporate into her music that can set the fall on fire or set the next year, even going into next year, that can get a lot of Grammy considerations and award considerations as well. So tell me your thoughts about Beyonce potentially releasing an R&B album. And until next time, I'll see you next time.